Now we will consider different cases. As I have said that if modulation index value is different for more than one modulated signal, then how much power level distribution will be there? I think this discussion will make it clear what that equation was saying about. Okay. Can I say that this equation is a simplification of that thing? PC square plus m by m square VC square by 4 plus m square VC square by 4. In that is the thing I'm talking about. This thing. After simplifying this thing, we have got this equation. Huh? Okay. Can anyone tell me what this portion is indicating? That is the power level given by the carrier signal part. What this is? This is nothing but this is the power level contributed by the upper sideband. And same way, can I say that this is the nothing but it is a power level contributed by your lower sideband? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So if you will add all these three, that is nothing but that is the total power maintained by your overall amplitude modulated signal. Now you assume one thing. So can I write down one general equation for any amplitude modulated signal like this with PT, total power required by AM wave is nothing but it is a PC into 1 plus m square by 2. What is PT? It is a power level of AM wave. The wave actually we are transmitting in the communication system. What is P of C? It is a power level of unmodulated carrier. Means you have to consider the signal which was before modulation, because either V of C, F of C or P of C, they are nothing but they are the parameters of unmodulated carrier signal itself. Okay. Now in this case, as I have said that, can I say that the value of PT will be decided by the individual value of PC as well as M here according to this equation? By putting different value of PC or M, I may get the different value of PT. That is the one normal sense of this equation. Or in another word, I will say that
Yes.
this equation is having three variables: first, second, and third. So if I will vary this two variable value, then definitely this third one value will also vary. That's it. Okay. Okay. Now what I am
Yes.
assuming that let PC should be constant, but I will consider the different value of M over here. Okay. Now first case where I am considering, let's the M value should be equal to 1. Now you recall that thing while discussing the time domain view of AM signal, we have defined one parameter that was a modulation index M, and that was nothing but it was the ratio value of Vm by Vc. Okay. And then we have said that M value can be less than 1, M value can be equal to 1, M value can be greater than 1. If M value was less than 1, at that time we have said that that AM wave will known as a under modulated signal. If M is equal to 1, means it is the case of perfect amplitude modulation. And if M is greater than 1, we have said that it is a case of over modulation case itself. So now simply what you do, you put the value of M is equal to 1 in this equation. If M is equal to 1, I am saying that this is the case of perfect modulation. That's another name of the same thing. Okay. Now put M is equal to 1 in this equation. So how much it will become? PT is equal to PC 1 plus 1 plus 1 over here. 1 half, 1 plus 1 half. What is the square value of 1? 1. 1 by 2. So it is half. 1 plus half, it is equal to 3 by 2. So from this equation, can I say that when M value is equal to 1, what will be the power level of PC? If PT is equal to 3 by 2 PC, can I say that PC is equal to 2 by third PT? This is only the rearrangement of this equation. What simply I have done, I have taken this equation in which I have placed the value of M is equal to 1. And then I have tried to find out what is the value of P of C. Can I say that it is correct one, whatever I have written? Success.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what is the actual meaning of this thing? this equation says that whenever you are transmitting a perfect modulated signal, at that time, the power level inside the carrier signal will be 2/3 part of your total power. How? For example, let us say the total power with which you are transmitting your AM wave, if it was 100 watts, 100 watt is over here. Then according to this equation, what will be the value of P of C? If it is 100, roughly 100 means let us say 99. PT is equal to 99 watt. Can I say that PC is approximately equal to 66 watt?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If PT is equal to 100 watt here, or let us say 99 watt, so can I say that approximately it will be 66 watt? Okay. Now what this equation says, this is actually equal to 100, where this is 66. So can I say that remaining two part will contribute for 100 minus 66, that is 34. 66 plus 34 will be total 100. So here they have said that if it is 100, if it is 66. So can I say that remaining two part will give me the total power of 34 watt, remaining 34 watt. Now one more interesting thing that you can note down here. The amplitude of both the signals are same, or even the power level of upper sideband and lower sidebands are same. So I will say that the total remaining power 34 watt will be equally divided in between them. So what will be the overall distribution of 100 watt, which is written here? You can see PT was 100, so PC is 66. So how much power will be carried by upper sideband and lower sideband? How we can calculate PT minus PC? So 100 minus 66. So 34 watt. And as we have said that amplitude of both the sidebands are same, so power will be equally distributed. So I will say that 34 divided by 2. How much it will be? 17. 17. That's what I have written. So half power of this remaining part is contained by the lower sideband, and this much power is contained by the upper sideband. Now you simply do one calculation. You add 17 plus 17 plus 66. Tell me what is your roughly answer? 17 plus 17 plus 66.
100, sir.
That
100.
is roughly 100, no?
100, sir.
100.
So this is the meaning. Now can I say that whenever you will transmit your perfect modulated signal, means M value of your modulation index value of that signal is equal to 1, at that time carrier power will be 2/3 value of total power, that is 66 is the 2/3 value of this thing, and remaining power will be equally distributed. So 100 will be equal to 66 plus 14 plus 14, sorry, 66 plus 17 plus 17. So that will be the power scenario. Now I will say that 17 plus 17 plus 66. So this is the power given by the upper sideband, power available in the lower sideband, and power available in the carrier. If you will sum all the three, then you will get the overall power level of your signal itself. So this is the meaning. And that's why at one stage we have said that overall modulated signal is nothing but it is the combination of three small sinusoidal signals. Okay. Now consider one more. So can I write down like this way? Total power is nothing but is equal to power contributed by carrier signal, power maintained by the upper sideband, power contained by the lower sideband. So what was the value that they have given? If it is 100 watt power you are transmitting, then actually your carrier signal will have 66 watt power. Upper sideband will have 17 watt power and lower sideband will have 17 watt power. Is it okay? After this discussion, is it clear to you? Now
Yes, sir.
one interesting thing that you can note down here. Actually, the carrier signal does not carry any information. Why? I will prove in the next lecture. So that is the reason. If carrier signal is not containing any information, so what I can do? Even I can reduce this level. I can reduce this level. Like instead of 66, let it be 50. Then you will say that sir, where that remaining 16 watt will go, it will be equally distributed. Overall, it will be 100 only. So right now it is 100 is equal to 66 plus 17 plus 70. So let me say that if it is 50, then what will be the remaining two part? 25 plus 25. If it is 100, if it is 50. So according to our discussed logic, can I say that remaining 50 will be equally distributed between upper sideband and lower sideband? So 50 by 2 will be 25 plus 25. So once again 25 plus 25 plus 50. It is remaining. It is resulting into the 100 watt itself. But here I can now once again recall that thing. If I will reduce this power level from let us say 66 to 50, can I say that that thing I can do by suppression of carrier? Because I have proven one logic. If you will reduce the amplitude of any signal, then power level will reduce. And there was a question, okay, sir, if we will reduce the amplitude of any signal, whether we will lose the information? So answer is here. Because this is the power level of your carrier, which is not containing any information. And that's why you can reduce it. It will not, you are in that case, you are not going to lose a small amount of information. But at the same time, if you will reduce this quantity, then remaining quantity will be further increased in both of them equally. So in that sense, I will say that the strength of upper sideband and lower sideband will increase, which is actually consisting your information signal. Your information is already there in upper sideband as well as lower sideband, equally in a duplicate manner. So that's why carrier suppression is the suitable approach to reduce or to utilize the total power itself. So if you will use, whenever you will send 100 watt power with DSP signal, then actually 66 watt power will be consumed inside the carrier portion, which is not containing information. So what you can do, you transmit 100 watt power, but you just use the suppressed carrier system. So here let it be 50. So this will become 25, this will become 25. And where I will say that if this sideband is having the higher power level, then definitely they will have the more strength. They can go up to the longer distance. So by suppression of carrier indirectly, what we are doing, we are enriching, we are strengthening the sidebands, and that is actually helpful to make a reliable transmission of that information itself. So that is the idea. Now consider the case, second case, m less than 1. M less than 1, can I say that it is under modulation case? Let us say, for example, because m less than 1, for that there will be many cases. Let us say m is equal to 0.5. Can I say that 0.5 is less than 1, for example? So if m is equal to half or 0.5, so what is the value relationship comes between power level, carrier power level and total power level? Your power, carrier power level will be 8 by 9 times of your total power, which is less than 1. It means that in that case, this will be the power distribution scenario. If you are transmitting total 100 watt power, 88 watt power will be consumed by the carrier signal portion. 6 watt will be there in the upper sideband and 6 watt will be there in the lower sideband. So whether this signal is good or this signal is good, 66, 70, 70 or 88, 66, which one is a stronger signal comparatively? 66, 70, 70 or 88, 66? Which signal can travel longer distance? I am saying that your information is residing in the sideband. So obviously these sidebands are having the lower power, so they cannot go far but distance. But here they are having comparatively the larger power. So this one is better in that case. And what is the third one case? M less greater than 1. That is the case of overmodulation. So let us say for example, if m is equal to 2, m is equal to 2 means it is the case where I can satisfy this condition, m is greater than 1. If you take m is equal to 2, what is the scenario comes here? You can see. If you will take m is equal to 2, according to this equation, your carrier power will be 1/3 part of total power. In that case, overall power will be distributed like this. In the carrier, there will be 33 watt. Upper sideband, it will be 33 watt, and lower sideband, it will be 33 watt. So here, comparatively, your these segment are becoming more powerful, but there will be a confusion between carrier signal and because these are the three signals of equal power level. So that's why even theoretically it is said like that we have not to transmit any signal in which the modulation index value is greater than 1. It is prohibited, and that's why this is the valid range of modulation index. It should be greater than 0, but it should be always less than or equal to 1. It should never be greater than equal to 1. So these are the three different cases for which we have just discussed the power distribution scenario of a AM wave. Is there any question for this thing? If it is there, you can ask the question. Is there any question?
No, sir.
No.
Okay. What I am suggesting that